Was to Nigeria actually at the start of this year. Interacted off with some Nigerian traders and then also some Ghanaian traders. And in there, it's also on a big movement. Like a lot of guys are getting to know about trading, people making money and all that.
Yeah.
And I would say here too in East Africa, I think we are now trying to build up a bigger foundation. I feel like right now what we need the most is awareness. By the way, it's funny, when you step out, people still call trading a scam.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of Pesa Chronicles. My name is Masi. Super excited to be here again. And as usual, I have my co-host here. What's up, Byron?
What's up?
How you doing today?
Feeling it. I'm feeling nice.
And we have an amazing guest with us today, all the way from Uganda, The Uganda country, right?
Yeah. But then, for him, before you even tell guys, it's pretty confusing to know where he's from.
Why is that?
He's everywhere. So we can say all the way from the world.
He's international, right?
Exactly.
An international trader.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I guess he looks Kenyan, is it? Most guys sound Kenyan.
Most guys say you're Kenyan.
The only distinguishing fact will be when guys are talking to you in Swahili. You understand Swahili?
Well, just a little bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, please introduce yourself.
Okay, so first things first, it's a great pleasure being here.
Okay.
I've always watched your videos and I've followed up with Scope Markets, and trust me, it's a great privilege being here. Then for anyone who may not know me well, I'm Daniel. Could call me V-Dollar. I think that's much more easier. And then I've been trading for 5 years now.
Wow.
It's actually funny how time goes too fast.
Yeah.
I remember I started off in like 2019 and it's 2024 already. So when you think about it, that's 5 years down.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I've also created awareness, try to spread the trading gospel in East Africa. and all that. And here we go.
He went right into it. You've already told us how long you've traded for.
No. I mean, he's told you how fast time flies.
Yeah.
It was just the other day. And then looking at it, I believe his journey could be like all the other guys. See, there's this snippet that guys do where before and after trading, and then somebody's there with a very big sufuria somewhere in a corner. And then after trading, there's that clip that was Esther was broke.
Yeah.
Before
and after.
Exactly.
Established.
Yes.
Exactly.
Nice. So Vidola is in the building, right? You
Yeah.
mentioned he's international, right?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Tell us a bit about that. How are you international? Have you traveled?
Well,
everywhere?
yes. So when I started seeing my success in trading,
Yes.
I've always wanted to travel.
Okay.
And when the money started coming in, I'm like, so I was actually in Dubai 2 weeks ago, then intend to travel to Cape Town. But also in traveling, I tend to target cities where we have entrepreneurs, say traders, because I feel like at the end of the day, you just keep growing.
Yes.
Most especially with the trading space, you need to meet other people, you need to
Gives you
learn
more
from some other
connections.
Exactly. So as I'm international.
Oh, okay, Vidola.
Yeah,
And you're pretty young, right? I feel
I'm
like
currently
me
23.
and Byron here were like grandpas. when we
Ah,
were
come on, come on, come on.
I'm turning 50.
Well,
on.
we have a whole like litter of children somewhere, bro.
I know.
But anyway, you look pretty young, right? Do you get that a lot? Do people
Well,
kinda ask you about that?
not actually. I'm 23, but tell you something about trading. In some way, it's going to give you a mentality of a 50-year person.
Yeah, true.
Because with how the space is and what you go through.
Exactly.
So when someone says you look young, well, I'm like, how is that possible? I mean, you actually have like
I
40
know.
or something.
I can definitely understand what he's saying because he's saying anybody that is in the trading world, one of the key things that people focus on is discipline.
Exactly.
There is that discipline, there is that consistency, and these are things that you acquire over experience and a longer period of time.
Over time, yeah.
So, using his analogy, we can definitely say V-Dollar is 23 with a mind of a 50-year-old.
Straight in, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. So, for me, how I got into trading is, let's see, how did I even get into trade? I think after uni, you're like hustling for a job and, get depressed a bit, you go through the whole shabam. But then now you discover that you can also make money online. So you just start teaching yourself. So I personally taught myself. What motivated you, Vidola, to actually get into the space of trading, and when did you even start? You said
Okay.
5 years ago, so you were around what, 18,
Yeah.
17, 18, thereabout? Yeah. What motivated you to get there?
Well, I think we share the same story in some
Yeah,
way. And I feel like for most people that get into trading, literally have the same journey. And let's say you're done with university and now you need to make money and you're trying to find ways. So, same story. So, to me, it was after high school, 2019. And at that point, I needed to make money. Back from home, well, it's an average family. I'm
Okay.
from an average family. And I just wanted to be that person who is going to change things, who is going to,
Do the magic.
exactly, yeah. Because not until you stand out, then no one is going to.
Yes.
So 2019, done with high school, and you need to make money. But I always had that thought of, okay, if someone else has done it, then in some way I could. Because I had a bit of exposure with YouTube. I'm watching a lot of stuff. But by then, there were other business models, drop shipping, there's Instagram marketing and all that. There were so many. So personally, I tried out so many. I was doing surveys and all that. So you end up doing a lot of hustles, but in actual sense, you're not even getting
You're not
paid.
getting anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're just learning.
Yeah. But actually, I would say through that, I got to learn. At least I was getting that possibility of like, okay, you can actually make money online finally. And that's how I got into trading. Was through, random ads, when you're watching YouTube and say Scope Markets pops up and
Yeah.
you can make money trading. I'm like, okay, this is possible. So I'm like, I have tried out many hustles. This could be it.
Yeah, this could be the
And
thing.
got in. So 2019 started off with the learning, demo trading. I guess again it's the same journey, learning a lot of things on
Yeah.
YouTube, baby pips, and that's how I got in.
So over time, you actually really got better at it, right?
Yeah, I would say for the entire 2019, at some point I had to let the other hustles on the side and entirely focus on trading.
trading.
I would spend days inside the room watching a lot of YouTube videos. At this point, when I go back to those videos, I don't know how I should mention it, but I'm like, okay, this made me. Like, this is how I got here.
Yeah.
So 2019, I was doing a bit of demo trading and all that. And I think 2020, that's when COVID came in.
Yes.
It was time to lock in now. No schools, no nothing.
Nothing,
Yeah, no nothing. Just learning. And yes, I did a lot of learning. But then I started my real trading. I remember I started off with like $10. I was so excited. Blew the account the next morning. I'm like, okay, this is crazy.
Yeah.
The funny part, I don't know, this is crazy. Like when I was starting, I actually prayed to God. I'm like, God, let me be the only trader who won't blow an account. Listen up. Next day,
It never happens that way.
literally.
Yeah.
Next day, I opened the trade on gold. I remember it was 10, made a bit of 4, and the account is gone. But I had grown that hope in it. I'm like, in any way, this is going to work. You watch a lot of people on YouTube, and these people have made it. So I'm like, it's going to. So I would say 2020 was a whole, journey of trading. Yeah, you're blowing accounts and you're learning from that. Yeah.
You want to know the funny thing? Funny thing is, 2019, Daniel was locked up trying to go through videos.
2020, he was locked up.
Okay, 2020,
Yeah.
2020.
All of us were locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, right now there's somebody locked up going through his videos.
Right.
And
The irony of life,
yeah,
right?
it's inspiring, honestly. You see, I feel like, oh, by the way, I've actually compared with even other business models and all that. I feel like you need to get inspired. You need to see someone who has actually made it from scratch. Say, give an example. You've seen Daniel from 2019, and this guy is starting off know nothing.
Yeah.
But now in 2024, he's doing this, living good and all that. Like that creates that.
motivates you.
Exactly. So I think it's a big deal with trading and any business on the
Right.
internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I feel like most of the people, what they miss out on is the time aspect part.
Yeah.
Guys feel like they want to be Daniel today. You see, him today started off 5 years ago. And you can just wake up and then want to be what he is
Yeah.
today. You need to go through the whole process. You need to learn, you need to unlearn, you need to start with blowing accounts, you need to understand what I did wrong,
Yep.
you need to focus on your psychology. So it's a whole journey. You can't just
Yeah.
wake up and then, bam, you're Daniel.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a whole journey that you have to go through.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I feel
that's what
like
makes guys
yeah.
get scammed outside here.
That's so true. You know, trading is also like a personal journey. Like the same
Yeah.
way you have your own personal relationship with different things. So trading is something that you kind of customize for yourself, right?
Yeah.
So you found an edge that works for you,
Yeah.
right? For example, you probably just stick to one trading one particular thing or a few things that work for you, one strategy, that sort of thing. So, what do you feel like? What are some of the strategies you acquired over time in terms of trading? What do you do when you're entering the market?
Well, when I was starting off, I was much more of indicators,
Okay.
moving averages, crazy stuff.
The
Things are
oscillators,
confusing when you're
everything.
starting.
You know, yeah, you know, you have the moving average. You have there's an indicator called alligator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RSI.
Exactly. So I would,
MACD.
Yeah,
yeah,
You're like,
know?
where do I put MACD?
Yeah.
What time do I use
you know,
RSI?
and at some point you have to wait for all of them to get you confirmation, so you're able to enter.
Yeah.
So did indicators for like the first year, and in some way I feel like I just learned from them. The indicators will tell you, okay, this and this, and sometimes they'll show you the confirmation, yet the trade is already on.
Yeah.
So as I kept learning, at some point I evolved and now stopped using indicators. I wanted to now look at how does the price move. So I got into price action, and even up to now, it's still the same concept. And also
action.
I try to keep it as simple as possible.
As possible, right?
I've
Less
seen,
is more, right?
you know, yeah,
Always.
I've seen a lot of traders with complicated systems, and I'm like, what's this? You know, yeah. So
Yeah.
to me, it's simple.
Yes.
Get on the charts. I need to first find what the trend is, because I mean we have big market movers and all that.
Yeah.
Then once I have that, I'll draw out my levels. I need to see what had the price reacted off and what could we expect.
Yeah.
Then after that, well, I start scaling down literally for entries. So what I wait for is now the price coming back to these levels, doing whatever it's doing. If it's going to break through and say retest, then I'm in. So that's how simple it is. I keep it simple, clean, and just following the market reactions.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I believe that's one of the things that people mess up with is I look at Daniel and then I want to do what Daniel is doing. I look at Marcy, I want to do what Marcy is doing. So you end up getting mixed because people are doing different things at different times
Yeah.
to analyze the market. So like he said, just focus on understanding it as per you. Price action will definitely lead you the way. And even for you, Daniel, one of the things that I would love for you to even enlighten us on, I've seen you have been in Uganda, you've been to Kenya, you've been to Cape Town, you've been to Dubai.
He's about to go to Cape Town.
Okay.
I was in Cape Town last
my
year.
bad,
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
So across these whole demograph, like I would say, who are the guys that you found to be much interested in this financial market
Yeah.
space? What's the demograph looking like from East Africa, and how does it compare maybe to the Middle East?
Oh, yeah.
And then what's the difference between, because guys in the Middle East are minting from the forex markets.
Yeah.
Why is
for
it
sure.
that them they're minting, and then guys in the middle
East
in
Africa.
East
Yeah.
Africa definitely just still suffering?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think if we could start off, say, with Africa, when you look at South Africa, say,
Yeah.
we can actually say Southern Africa, you know,
Yeah.
these guys have also actually moved.
Yes.
Looking at them, say, from 2014, 15, 16, the movement was insane. And at this point, it's even insane. It just keeps getting
Yeah, it
better.
keeps on growing.
Yeah, then was to Nigeria actually at the start of this year. Interacted off with some Nigerian traders and then also some Ghanaian traders. And in there, it's also on a big movement. Like a lot of guys are getting to know about trading, you know, people making money and all that.
Yeah.
And I would say here too in East Africa, I think we are now trying to build up a
Yeah.
bigger foundation. I feel like right now what we need the most is awareness. By the way, it's funny when you step out, people still call trading a scam. See,
Yeah.
like we still have a long way to go. But on the other side, I feel like we are really building up a solid foundation.
Yeah.
So when you look at the trading space, say in like the next 2 or 3 years in East Africa, trust me, we're going
Yeah,
to
we
be
are gonna
way
be
too far.
bigger.
For sure.
Yeah.
The revolution is coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Like he said, that solid foundation, because in Kenya, the first regulated broker got regulated, like let's say 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But then looking at South Africa, 5 years ago, they already had regulations. They were already into trading. We have brokerage firms that have been there for 35 years.
Right.
So you can imagine in the countries that they were regulated in, guys have been trading for 35 years.
Yes. Yes.
So that is a pretty solid foundation for them to be able to rock it right now. So I think even for me, within the next 5 years, if guys are consistent and then they are patient, this is something that could definitely blow across East Africa.
For sure, yeah. And I also feel like with how the world is changing, and trust me, it's going to work out big time. You see, most guys leave school or get done with university, and you know,
you
it's
start
the
Yeah.
same
looking
problem.
jobs, yeah.
Exactly. But now we have trading,
Yes.
where you could learn everything entirely for free, say on YouTube and all that, and then you could start off with as less as whatever you have,
Yeah.
and you're able to make bread. Well, it's going to go so
Yes.
big.
Yeah.
I think we just need to focus much more on creating awareness and then the education part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And trust me, this is going to be something so big.
It's awesome.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, throughout your journeys, what's the most interesting thing that you've found out, you as Daniel, across all the countries that you've traveled in?
Okay, but let me tell you a story on how I even got to Nairobi. Growing up, I always heard about Nairobi. Nairobi. You know, when you guys be like, oh, Nairobi maybe is in London. You know,
Really?
I'm telling
That's
you.
what the Ugandan guys
So-
think
Oh
of
my
us.
God.
We're honored.
Oh,
There you
yes.
go, there you go.
Hey,
So,
Sefu.
yeah. So, also in 2021, like, okay, must go to Nairobi.
Oh.
And I came here. Then, one thing about traveling or, going to different places
Yeah.
is you get to meet new people, different ways of doing things, you get to learn. And I mean, for someone seeking growth, I would definitely recommend it. And if I could give an example, say for the time I've been in Nairobi, yeah, I can say there is a lot that I've learned. I've met people, so it's greatness, literally, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Been to Dubai. Now, when you go to Dubai, now it's crazy. There are people, a lot of millionaires, there are investors, there are like a lot of things happening now. You have to interact and, network and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Fast moving world.
yeah.
You go to Dubai and you're like, whoa,
You
it's
know.
a whole other dynamic
I
from
know,
where you're from.
literally.
You know, one of the things that I remember somebody was saying is you move to Nairobi and then you see like a very flashy sports car passing, and then guys would look at it. And then you move to Dubai, you buy a flashy sports car, and then you realize that the guy next to you bought the latest version.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's no flex at all.
Yeah.
Now, one of the good things that I like about Dubai is the fact that you can definitely settle down and then think about how to be able to expand either your investment portfolio or the next big thing. Because you see, we come from a region where if you've made it big, you don't know what to compare yourself to the next level.
For sure, yeah.
But then when there are guys that are always motivating you to grow higher, and then they are all surrounding you, definitely that helps you
Yeah.
to aspire to do more and to do better.
Great.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that even I believe even for us traders, we need to have. You need to be in a trading community
Yeah.
so that guys can be able to guide you. You can be able to guide guys, and then you can unlearn whatever it is that you think you learned. Because this market you learn every single day. I mean, who knew gold will get to 2,500 by now?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And guys are like, it will get to 3K.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, we might get to December, and then it's at 1900. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
So you get to learn every single day. You get to unlearn every single day. That's the dynamism and the beauty about this market.
Yeah. I feel like for you, Byron, you're always learning and learning and relearning. Eh?
Every
That's what
single
Dubai
time.
taught you. Eh?
I know. And then the best part is you just relaxed, and then you're looking at your charts, and then you're like, I'm losing
You
money.
see it
I'm
going.
losing money.
You
I'm
see
losing
it
money.
going.
And then you step out, and then you're like, oh yes, it feels like you're watching soccer. One team it's attacking, the next time you're being
know.
attacked.
Yeah.
So if you get to trading, you feel like you have that pressure. One moment you're like so low, and another moment you're like, oh yes, and then you're like, oh my god, and then, oh yes.
And I think the times you're down can really be a bummer. So that's why guys also move away from the trading space, right?
Yes.
Maybe for you, Vidola, how was that? What was one of like the worst times you've had in trading? And probably, if you don't mind, how
even
much
the
did you even
biggest
lose?
loss.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now this is crazy, but this is a topic, a very sensitive topic that every trader must honestly pay close attention to.
Okay.
Because I mean, we all go through the same trends, you know.
Yeah.
So to me, the biggest, that's actually the biggest moment so far was when I was transitioning from school to now trading. Now, to me, that, by the way, now before then, I'd lost money. You know, you're losing small accounts, $30, $20.
$20.
But then at the end of the month, when you look at your history, it's like $500. They're like, how did I lose that?
yeah.
Now you can imagine $500. I mean, you're broke. I don't even know how to get the money.
Yeah, you
but
hustle,
from the
you get
parents,
a little,
yeah, you know.
you get.
Exactly. So now when I was transitioning from school to full-time trading, that was a whole moment. Now, I never wanted to share it with not even my closest friends because I knew they would become negative and, you know, turn me down.
Yeah.
But by that point, I was too good with my trading. I had gone through a lot. I'd learned, I'd lost money. Actually, at some point, I'd gotten even a mentor. So I was much better off. So, well, what I did was I just locked in. It was about $250. No friends, no family, no nothing. When guys go to the lecture room, I'm on my computer trading. I remember by then I was trading Nasdaq, gold. Sometimes I'd make 150, and you're a
At that
student.
time,
You know,
ooh,
it's
you're balling.
crazy,
Yeah.
literally.
You got money.
Yeah. But I would stay calm. Still, no notification. No one knows what I'm doing. But at some point, guys were suspicious. What are you doing
Why
on
are you
your
always
laptop?
hiding? You know?
Yeah. But I knew that negativity that people could bring
Yeah,
in.
will bring in for you.
Yeah. So whole journey made a bit of money. I would take losses, but at least my losses are much lower than what I'm making. And went through that. Transitioning from that I would say was the biggest and the hardest decision because you're leaving school, not even your parents know about this, and you're trying to do something that you believe will work, and you haven't gotten the results, but at
results
least,
yet,
you know it's going to work.
Yeah.
So I would say the biggest thing that most traders struggle off with the most is, okay, firstly, people need to know it's a process. Trading is a whole process and
it's
it's a
a
skill
journey,
set.
it's a
Like,
process.
we shouldn't promise or say, oh, if you start trading today, you're going to make your first 1,000 next week or something. Honestly, not. So learning to trust the process and knowing that time matters. I mean, you won't become Daniel in your first 1 month. I've been in this for like, say, 4 years or something. And then also a community of like-minded people.
Yes.
I've always had this saying, you're just an average of the 5 closest people. So at that point, for the fact that it was only me trading, I'm like, okay, I'd rather go solo than associate with my boys.
Yeah, the
Well, we'd have conversations about school and all that, but about my business, no, that's private.
really.
That's my
Yeah.
business.
Exactly. Not until I got people that I would align with, people that had the same vision, and we were trading together. And, I was able to go over that. So mean, every trader should figure a way around that,
Yeah.
and
So for you, the biggest losses were when you were transitioning, but over time, you have actually been able to say you've gotten proper wins now.
yeah. But I've also taken bigger losses now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's only that right now you can afford them.
yeah. On random trading day, I think that was last year
Uh-huh.
August. I lost about 5,000
Oh,
USD, and that hits hard. But thank God, when you're growing and you're making more money, I mean, you get to settle in.
Yeah.
I still take losses, no secret, but at
Yeah.
least they're much more manageable, and I know I'm risking this.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know,
Awesome.
one of the things that people forget is when somebody tells you that they're a profitable trader, it doesn't mean that they don't make losses.
Yeah.
It's that that person is looking at their end month or their end of week report.
Yeah.
So they lost one trade on Monday, they lost another one on Tuesday, but then looking at the end of the week, they at least made some money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So profitable traders, it's not that they don't make losses, they make losses, but then looking at it, the loss ratio to the profit ratio, they have made profit consistently.
Sure.
So that's what profitable traders are.
Exactly,
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah.
So guys should not think that when somebody is saying that I'm a profitable trader, I've never made any loss. Yeah. So that's one of the things that a lot of people coming into this space should understand. Yeah.
And do you feel like you're also done with the hiding now? Have you are your people more have they adapted to the fact that you're a trader, like your family, your friends? you know?
Yeah,
I mean, now
yeah.
they've seen the
Oh,
results.
okay,
so
did
they're
they
like,
get to that
yeah.
point
Oh
where
my
they were
goodness.
like, oh, yeah, man, I'm just getting into
You know,
some
yeah.
shady shit.
Actually, now when I left school, well, the transition starts. When you start getting money, I mean, you now start buying
Yeah.
good stuff. You're now going to, you know,
Yeah.
things take step by step. And some guys are starting to get suspicious. And a year in, I think like 8 months in, yeah, it was actually 6 months in, I bought my first car.
Ooh.
Oh, that was crazy. Everyone wants to learn about trading. And for now, this 2024, I would say 80% of all my friends have traded. And our friend tells a friend. So, like, it's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
community now.
Yeah.
Everything else
Then
grew.
to back to the family. Now, when I left, what was on mind was I just need to go work hard, make this work,
Yeah.
and just bring results on table.
Be like, Mom, here's the money.
Exactly. So I remember with
So
my
pick.
you know, with my first profit, I think I made by then when I just now left and now I'm into trading fully, made about I think say like 150 or something. Went bought a phone for dad. Now you can imagine the transition. You're the guy who was asking for tuition. You need upkeep, and now you're delivering a phone.
Phone,
Your
yeah.
papa's
So
like,
something is
Yeah, there's something
working.
that's, yeah.
Exactly. So kept on progressing.
Nice.
2022 bought mama car.
Wow.
That was so exciting, and you know other private wins that just have to.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet everybody's
I think
proud
like,
of you.
now the best part is right now, anytime that they are talking to Daniel and then he's wherever he is, so they're relaxed and they're like, "Are you on your screen? Are we making money?"
Now they are intentional.
Yeah.
They're like, how are the chats?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
might
yeah,
not
yeah.
know what you're doing, but then they're like, okay, fine. As long as you're still on your phone, it's okay.
It's
okay.
okay.
We still
Yeah,
know you're
Is
still
there
in your office.
electricity?
Yeah.
Your charger? Is it there? Is it
Yeah, the bundle's working, so your office is still stable.
You know,
I love that transition. Like people go from like, nah, doesn't work. To now they're like,
like,
yeah.
they get to believe in you for real.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that's one of the things that a lot of people get to see. They want the success part,
Yeah.
but then they're not ready to experience the hardship.
The process, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bidola, for sharing that. I know you have a big following on your
Yeah.
socials,
Yeah.
right? Right now, what are you doing in your space? Because I follow you. You have some amazing content.
Yeah.
You literally teach us like we're 5-year-olds, and it's awesome. It's a
thank
good
you.
thing, because this thing you need
Yeah,
someone to
yeah.
explain it to you. Like you're a baby.
Yeah. Take this loss.
I know. So how is your space also helping you influence other people? Do people look for you to actually like talk in forums, that sort of thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, at the moment, again, it's much more of awareness. You know, trying to spread the message.
Yes.
I think this is not personal because you're now helping a whole,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You're
generation of
international.
Whole
something.
world. A whole world.
Literally. Then I've also had trading events. There was like last year. Oh, we've also had one in Nairobi at the start of the year.
Nice.
And basically, just doing much more awareness online, on YouTube, and typically just as that.
Awesome. Awesome.
So what's the forecast for you, like let's say throughout 2024 all the way to 2025?
Trading comes with stages. You know, you start off as say making 100 or 10, and then at some point when you're making 4,000, now the goals become bigger.
Yeah.
But personally, trading has allowed me now to get into other, business models. Started off investing at 22, but I also try to keep learning as many things as possible.
Awesome.
I always feel like there's way too much, so got to learn about also cryptos. So I'm now just trying to expand, the portfolio you're investing in. Yeah.
The learning never stops, really.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Great, awesome.
Yeah, we always
Great.
learn.
Thank you so much once again, Bitola. It's been amazing having a conversation with you.
Great
And
pleasure.
something maybe to also note is one of the taglines for Scope Markets right now is trade like you.
Yeah.
So as we have said continuously, you don't have to be like Daniel. Trade like yourself.
Trade like yourself.
Find a pattern that works for you,
Yeah.
right?
So trade like you.
And we are super happy to also be working with Daniel,
Yeah.
hopefully in the future.
Definitely.
And yes, we're gonna have more episodes with you now, where we can even do a deep dive into technicals and everything, right? Great. Any parting shot for our viewers, even guys in Uganda? Shout out to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my Dubai people. I'm called Ahmed.
No, Byron. Any parting shot for us?
Yeah, it's been a great pleasure, honestly, being here. And I have a quote. The moment you're in, there's no looking back. Same thing in trading. And then again, you mentioned just like the tagline, trade like you, right? So you finally find what works for you and just be you.
Just stick to it.
Yeah.
Stick to it. And remember to trust the process.
Awesome.
And the
Good things
magic
take
will
time.
happen.
Yeah.
Literally.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank
That's
you
been
so
our
much.
time, Manze.
Yeah.
So keep tuning in to more Pesa Chronicle episodes. We love that you guys are enjoying our content. And see you on the next one.
Oh, and remember, trade like you. Cheers.